This is Dabu 7, and it looks like Gates is back with his minions, and they're pushing hard this time for this global AI-driven surveillance system that's going to track everybody and their jab status via a global ID, digital ID. And they're rolling this out. They just posted this in a bulletin for the World Health Organization. And this is what they're calling for here. Of course, you've got Klaus Schwab and all the minions tied into this. This is backed by the Gates Foundation. And this dystopian proposal raises far more than privacy and autonomy concerns. It establishes the architecture for government overreach, for cross-domain profiling, for AI-driven behavioral targeting, conditional access to services, and a global surveillance grid tracking system on every individual on the planet. It's unprecedented. It also, by their own admission here, it proposes that it integrates personal identifiable information and socioeconomic data, such as your household income, ethnicity, and religion. All this biometric data, it deploys artificial intelligence for identifying and targeting the unreached and to combat misinformation. Then it enables the governments to use jab records as a prerequisite for education, travel, and anything else they so choose. In the mix of all this, huge red alerts with the pushing out. The frameworks are already getting rolled out in other countries. The United States is always a bit of a different animal, and we'll see how they approach things here. Florida came out and said they're not going to have one in their state. So every state's different within the United States unless Trump tries to come out, executive order something. But to establish this framework, they define this program as nothing less than restructuring of how governments govern. So they openly state that the purpose here is the transformation that can accelerate progress toward the Immunization Agenda 2030, which aims to ensure that everyone, everywhere, at every age, gets the full benefits from jabs. This is here. They're rolling it out wherever they can immediately. It's already being done. And this bulletin shows the breadth of it, the scope of it here. They're looking to track everyone globally through this system. Join me for the live streams where I've got more time to break.
How many times we got to tell you, I told you so? But hey, when it boils down to it, the Spirit is going to reveal that the men, starting with the apostles of GMS, has always been right. And, not to boast and brag about it, but everybody else could fake certain things. But this, this thing, the system is rolled out. They're taking their shots, and meaning they doing all that they can to establish this system that they desire for the world. Henceforth, the hour of temptation soon to come, and it's a beautiful thing. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Unto the Zai foreigners, from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. Quick show. End time prophecy. Prophecy states the say before. And we've been saying many things ahead of time. And these things that we've been saying for ahead of time for all these years, hey, it's coming to fruition real quick. Thank you. 33 and 33. It says, and when this come to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet has been among them. So when these prophecies take fruition and it's happening, then they're going to say, oh, those guys in the corner, they were right. Then these other camps who've been lying, saying there's everything under the sun, but that which is quite obvious, they're going to have to eat crow. It's ironic because when somebody in the world feels they have leverage over a person, they would flaunt it. They would sit there and, make light of it. They'll tell this person, that person, oh, see, I told you so. I told you so. But when it comes to the prophets of the Lord, all of a sudden it's like, nah, y'all can't talk about this. Y'all can't talk about that. Like, nah, that's not how it's supposed to be. But hey, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is on the men of the Lord, of the prophets of GMS. All right, from the apostles on down. Been saying these things is going to happen. This is going to be catastrophic for a lot of people. So many different avenues, so many different things to lead to the same outcome. Let me see, what's that thing again? Proverb in Israel. I know it's Ezekiel 12. 12. 12 and 22. Son of man, what is this proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? So from the time that it was said and things never happened to that extent, everybody said, oh, this ain't coming to pass. Or like when Nate was questioned about Jacob's trouble, he said, the reason why I didn't say nothing, dummies, because nothing was happening. He obviously was not watching. All right. And Jake has a short sight of seeing, or of not seeing the thing that's right before their face. So a lot of people is going to eat crow in that day. Tell them, therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, the effect of every vision. For there shall be no more any vain vision for flattering divination within the house of Israel. So no longer can they sit there and say anything towards what's being said. They rolling this shit out. All right. And the main place that's going to be affected by it is here, Babylon the Great. All right. America is going to be the main hub of all the disaster. This is the main hub. Okay. So you can clearly see that something horrific is going down. Clearly. And that thing is what we've been saying through the Spirit of the Lord. Revelation 3 and 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them as dwell upon the earth. The hour of temptation is for the entire inhabitants of the earth. Bill Gates is ensuring that it happens that way. It's not going to be an isolated situation. He is bribing. He is telling these other stupid idiots in the world that this is the future. So lo and behold, the one thing that people denied for all these years It's finally happening. The one thing. This is beautiful, man. It's quite exciting actually, because in order to finish off, not finish off, to really implement this temptation, they have to create the system. They have to have the smart cities. They have to have um, people that desperately needs assistance. People that's poor, that never been poor. All right, who wants to entrust in a UBI and an allowance. All right, they need every single possible way of tempting people. And then what did they? And what was the greatest thing? They well, not the greatest. They're seducing the people. The things that they're offering, nobody really asks for it, but they're making it seeming that is needed. And since they made it seem like it's needed, the people are going to be left with no other choice but to do as they please. So it's a perfect scenario. Let me get this real quick. Job, is it first chapter? And it says, Job 1. Let me see if I can remember it correctly. No, that's why he lost his family. Goes back to the bet. I believe it should be the first chapter. Slakia. And he says, all right. Skin for skin, I believe it says. Job, the first chapter. There it is. Yep. Second chapter. Job 2 and 4 says, and Satan answered the Lord and said, skin for skin. Yeah, all that a man have will he give for his life. So all that he has, these people are willing to maintain that which they have. They will do whatever it takes to maintain that. The change that is drastically happening, where everybody's about to lose everything. What it is saying is to what does this guy said again? Slakia. He says, you shall own nothing and be happy. And the scripture tells you, let me get this real quick. Matthew 10 and 39. It says, for he that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. So you have a lot of people that find themselves in this world. All right. And they will do whatever it takes to maintain that which they have, which leads us into the hour of temptation. People are not willing to give up anything. But here it is. They're telling you straight up, they'll be watching you. Big brother will be watching you. You have no more privacy. You have nothing. So people, you're going to have to choose. All right. You're going to have to choose life or death. And those of us that chose not this life, you know, they're going to be gladly reminding us like, okay, you chose not to be in this world. Cast you away. Okay? But those that choose this life, just like they had that experiment many, many years ago, you are going to be tempted. You're going to be tempted in the highest level. So this shit's about to go down. All right? This is about to go down. Revelation 14 and 9, I'm just going to end it off here. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, which is the new world order. So it says, if any man worship, the word worship goes into to kiss the hand, nope. An omen of orients, especially a person, nope. New Testament, kneeling or prostrate to do homage to one or make obedience, whether in order to express respect, to make supplication. So you are going to be given the option of choosing the Lord or Satan. Okay? And with that thing in you, you choosing Satan if you go that route. So this is a very dangerous thing that's going to take place. But is it by choice? It says, in his image and receive the mark in his forehead or in his hand, which that's what scripture says in 13:16 on down. It says rich and poor, free and bond, small and great. So children, parents giving up their children to this already. And this bastard, the gates of hell, already went to places in Africa and sold them the notion, the idea. So they're just giving up their children like it's nothing. Okay? And all they're going to do, as they always do, is going to sit there like, oh, these people did it. Nothing happened to them. And it says, so it doesn't matter if it's your right hand or your left hand, if it's in your body, your forehead, which is, you have Elon Musk with his, what's that thing called again? What they call it again? Not Meta. Meta is forehead. But Elon Musk headed it. He's not the only one. There's a race going on to see who's gonna be able to push this thing out there. It said, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture in the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who pay homage to the beast system, which was emulating of the Roman Empire, which became the New World Order, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name, whoever was part of that herd mentality. All right. This proverb, this saying is not far-fetched. It's not many, many years down the line. It's not going to be another generation. It is here. Here's the patience of the saints. So if somebody's patient, it means they're suffering. The saints have been suffering. The saints have been awaiting this thing, because this thing happening is pretty much telling us the kingdom of heaven is at hand. The kingdom is at hand. No more suffering for Israel. No more back and forth into captivity. It all ends with this. The end of the nigger man, the nigger woman, the end of these these bywords that we given, these proverbs that they talk about us. All right. All of this, every last one of it. This is where it ends. All right. Israelite situation is all ends here. Once this thing is implemented, things are going to speed up. And once things speed up, then the judgment takes place. This is why we're going through what we're going through. All right? And it says, here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahweh Shai. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.